Hello YouTube, I'm Vigelant and I have an announcement to make. I've decided to make a series of videos with replays from World of Warships, providing you with historical facts about the ship featured in that video. I will be talking about the planning, design, construction of the ship, its military service and the end of its life. If you like the idea and want to learn more about the ship you're playing in World of Warships, hit that subscribe button to get notified about my next videos. If you had a cool gameplay that you would like to show everyone and want to learn more about the ship you are playing, please send it over and I will be more than happy to make a video about it. This particular video was kindly provided by one of my clanmates, Great Zach, and without further delay, let's get into it. Today, I will be talking about the Imperial Japanese Navy Super Cruiser Yoshino, or as it was known during World War II, B-65. The design of B-65 was a class of Super Type A cruisers planned by the Imperial Japanese Navy before and during World War II. It was supposed to be a hybrid between the battleship Yamato and the cruiser Zao. The construction of the ship began in 1939 and preliminary plans for the new class were finished by September 1940. The construction was far enough that they managed to test the lower protection of the ship, which is the armor intended to counter torpedoes and any shells that fell short but still hit the ship, meaning that the shells fired at the cruiser fell in the water but still managed to hit it. The construction of the main armament of the cruiser was conducted from 1940 to 1941. The primary weapons were to be 9 310mm caliber guns in 3 triple turrets. Secondary weapons included 16 100mm caliber Type 98 dual-purpose guns in a dual mounts on either side of the superstructure, 12 Parrot Type 95 25mm anti-aircraft guns, and 4 13.2mm Hotchkiss machine guns. The cruiser was supposed to be protected by 190mm belt armor sloped at 20-degree angle and 125mm deck armor. 4 generated turbine sets would have generated about 42.5 thousand horsepower each for a total of about 167,000 horsepower, which is enough to power the ship through the water at 34 knots, which is the equivalent of 39 miles per hour or 63 kilometers per hour. The ship was supposed to counter the Alaska-class US Navy cruisers, which carried 305mm guns, and it was also supposed to take place in the decisive battle against the US in the Pacific. The decisive battle was a plan created by the Imperial Japanese Navy to attack the US Navy fleet and destroy it in a single battle, thus winning the war in the Pacific. The battle was supposed to take place during the night, and as designed, the night battle force was to attack the US Pacific Fleet outer defense ring of cruisers and destroyers. After cracking the outer defense ring made by the US Navy, IGN cruisers and destroyers were to launch torpedo attacks on the enemy's battleships. What remained of the enemy's fleet was then to be finished off by the IGN's main battleship line the following day. Yoshino was supposed to be a part of that task force and it was supposed to take key part in it. The plan for the supercruiser class was finalized on 7th of January 1941 and the initial plan was to build 6 ships of that Yoshino class and they were all supposed to counter the threat of the Alaska class US cruisers. Regrettably for the Imperial Japanese Navy, as war with the United States loomed in December 1941 and then continued in 1942, the Navy found that it had a more pressing need for aircraft carriers and auxiliary vessels. This need, plus a desire to complete the ongoing construction programs for Yamato-class battleships and Kagero-class destroyers, delayed the Yoshino construction plan. Following the Japanese Navy defeat in the Battle of Midway in June 1942, the plan was significantly revised and construction was postponed indefinitely. After the defeat at the Pacific, the Imperial Japanese Navy created a new plan for their ships. The new plan was still called for the construction of two ships of design B-65 or Yoshino-class cruisers, which were given the hull numbers 795 and 796, which projected commission dates of 1945 and 1946. As the war progressed, however, strategic requirements further delayed the plans for the two cruisers, and in the end, the Yoshino plans were never finalized and no contracts for their construction were ever placed. The Yoshino supercruiser was never finished, it never saw any action, and its guns remained silent forever. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button to get notified for my next video with historical facts. Enjoy the rest of the battle. Thank you all for joining, stay safe, and I'll see you in my next video.
Our team has taken the lead. Get back! Spotter airborne. Concentrate fire on the designated. Problem solved, sir.
battleship destroyed. We destroyed an enemy battleship.
We've got 2 of them. Spotter returning to ship. Problem solved, sir.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
Spotter airborne. Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
We destroyed an enemy battleship.